Hi everybody, welcome back to another edition of Getting to Know Oahu. Today, if you like fine arts and crafts, I hope you're gonna like this video. I sat down with Jim, the owner of Sunshine Arts. He has two galleries, one in Kaneohe, and another one just opened up in the Waikiki Marriott. Check it out. Hi everybody, this is Brian again with Hawaii Life, and today I'm here with Jim. He is the owner of Sunshine Arts in the gallery in Kaneohe, and then also Sunshine Arts Hawaii, where we're at today. Jim, thank you very much for joining me.
Welcome.
Please, if you can just tell the viewers a little bit about your two galleries and how you got started, please.
Sure. Back in the day, 22 years ago, I was playing my guitar in the back of a sailboat and living off the poo-poos and whatever extra tips I could get. And eventually I ran out of money. I was a starving artist. And so one day I was trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do, and I realized I had a mat cutter in my closet in my little apartment up in Manoa. And the gal that was living with me at the time had a car, and she was sleeping on my couch, and she was worried I was going to get kicked out of my apartment. And she said, "Well, what are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I'm going to cut mats for the artists at the zoo fence. That's what I'm going to do." She goes, "What? You got a mat cutter?" "Yeah, I got a mat cutter." I said, "I need to borrow $100 though, because I got to buy some mats." So anyways, that's how it started. And I started cutting mats for artists at the zoo fence. And we made enough money the first month that I paid my rent. And the next month we had enough money for food, and it just grew a little bit. For about a year I did that, and eventually a guy got wind of me that owned a building out in Kaneohe who wanted to put an art facility in there, and he asked me if I'd like to move out there and continue growing my business and turn it into a frame shop, and long story short, I said no, but I ended up out there anyway. And
Okay.
yeah.
So, yeah, you have the gallery in Kaneohe, this one here. Now you do framing still in Kaneohe, correct?
Right. Yeah, I went through a 2-year learning curve and learned how to be a framer and a mat cutter, and eventually bought out the partnership and opened a business on my own in 1999, and we've been there ever since.
Gotcha.
So,
and this gallery you just opened last month?
yeah, so after 20 years of this, we've branched out, and we have over 100 local artists now that we represent. We do all phases of picture framing, mat cutting, shipping. We do everything art related. And I had a little extra time in my hands, and I decided to branch out with some of our great artists that we have here and move into the Marriott here in Waikiki.
Okay, and is my understanding correct that you represent more Hawaiian artists than any other gallery on the island?
I never took account, but I would imagine we do. We have over 100 artists, and I don't know of any other gallery that has quite so many artists.
Gotcha. And do artists ever come in, do meet and greet with the guests, the clients? Do you ever do things like that?
In that they're local, and we do their framing, and we do their mat cutting, and so yeah, we interact pretty much all the time. As a matter of fact, one of our artists is here today. He just popped in the door. Come over here, Craig. This is Craig, and he is a wood bowl turner. Been doing it for how many years?
30 years.
Oh. So I'm new at this. So what is a wood bowl turner, Craig? Please, you can tell viewers really quickly.
Wood turning is an ancient art that predates the Egyptians, and it involves spinning a piece of wood and then applying sharp tools to it to carve it into a circular form. And so that's how bowls have been made for millennia. And here in Hawaii, fortunately, we're blessed with having some of the most beautiful woods in the world that grow right in our backyards. So we have no shortage of material, and it's just been a great passion for 30 years.
Wonderful. Now, if Jim doesn't have something in stock, or someone wants to special order something from you, can they contact you or contact Jim and have you commission you to create something custom for them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
How long does it typically take you to create a piece of work that you, from start to finish?
Well, when the starting point is a tree, then it could take up to 1 to 2 years.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because the piece needs to be rough turned, and then...
and here's a piece right here that is one of Craig's.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Has to allow the wood to dry once it's rough turned, and during that drying process, stresses build up in the wood, and we're hoping that the wood will change shape by warping a little bit rather than by cracking. And when it does, then we can put it back on the lathe a year later when it's dry, and turn it round again and thin it down to its final thickness like this piece. Now that doesn't mean that every bowl has to take a year or two. Most of us have literally hundreds of rough turned bowls that have been sitting and drying for anywhere from a year to 30 years.
Gotcha.
And so if we have something appropriate rough turned, then it can be finished turned and finished in just a matter of weeks or months, depending upon what kind of finish.
Okay. And a piece like this, what generally would this sell for if someone's interested?
Probably in about the $600 range.
Okay.
I should have checked that before I said. But I think that's probably pretty close.
On sale now.
All right. Well, thank you, Craig, for taking the time to talk with us.
Welcome.
And this is not planned at all. He just came by today, so this is a very treat for everybody. So thank you, Craig.
Thank you much.
All right.
And that's pretty much our daily
How
interaction.
it goes around here?
Yeah, Mark
Okay.
Mark Brown, one of our artists here, he just won a national award for plein air painter. Out of the 50 states, he got #1. And we have that piece in the window right here at the Marriott. And
Okay.
yeah, all these artists are in and out. And that's what makes it fun. We just have a blast with everybody.
That leads me to the question, what is the most favorite part of the business for you?
You know, I like it all. I mean, I really like coming to the gallery in the morning. Usually I stop at the big gallery first on the way here. And the whole thing about this business from day one is the key to it is open your doors and have them open 7 days a week, and you never know who's going to walk through those doors. And we meet so many people from around the world, the artists, the locals, everybody's in and out, and everybody wants to talk story. So we spend half the day talking story, half the day working.
That goes a lot. And so that leads to another question. Do you know your mix between locals to visitors who buy your artwork? Follow-up question. Do you ship stuff to the mainland overseas as well?
Yeah, we do all of the above. We'll ship in art anywhere it needs to go, and we've shipped all over the world, of course. And we do all our own packing and shipping, so we keep the cost down. Packing has gotten very expensive. If you go to FedEx or UPS or one of those guys and they pack it, it's going to cost you. We pack it, it's not going to cost you so much because we save all our boxes. We recycle everything. So every box, every piece of bubble wrap, everything comes in. We saved it so we can pack something. The mix of locals to tourists, of course, the Waikiki Marriott here is going to be more tourist business and traffic versus local traffic. But on the other side, we're almost all local, and we get a little bit of tourists because we're on the highway. And we do get some of that business, but we do mostly local framing, and people are decorating their homes and they need a special frame, or even we have so many artists, if somebody needs a painting a certain size to fit in a certain wall, a certain color scheme, we can do that. All these artists, they love to interact and create for people. Not all of them, but most of them like to do that sort of thing.
Okay, thank you for that. Also, for people who aren't familiar with Hawaiian Artists, can you just give a few names if people who are interested in buying artwork from you? I know some people care about appreciation, some people just want beautiful artwork on their walls, but
okay, well,
who would you recommend for some of the best Hawaiian?
Well, as far as collecting goes, and I just had a guy here over the weekend from Florida, but he lived in Hawaii for 22 years, and he came back to visit, and he wants to take some of Hawaii home, and he came to me and he says, I don't know anything about collecting. I said, you only need to know 2 things. See, Craig, 2 things. Number 1, you look at all the art and you find a piece you love. That's number 1. Because if you're going to buy it, whether you're collecting or investing, or I don't like to use the I word, because the investment is in yourself. You're investing in something you want to live with for the rest of your life. You love the piece. If you don't love it, I recommend you don't buy it. On the other hand, you can't, I always recommend try to buy original art. We have a tremendous collection of original art. We also have G-Clay limited edition reproductions and prints, and of course those are the lower cost than original art. But we have so many artists that we have them in kind of in all price ranges. So I always recommend, number one, you love it. Number two, buy original if you can. And after that, the guy in Florida is like, we'll just ship it to you, no problem. And so he's already gone home, and in a week he's going to have some packages at his door, and he's going to hang some paintings on his wall, and he's going to be really happy that he bought the paintings that he loves.
Well, knowing that you do the framing, how would you say you differentiate? I know there's other galleries on the island. How would you say you differentiate yourself from these other galleries on Oahu and just in Hawaii?
Well, me coming from an art background, I'm a musician and a starving artist, as I mentioned earlier, and so I had to figure out a way to make money, and I found that by building frames and working with the artists, I had a built-in client base. But the problem is framing can be very expensive, and it's kind of got a bad reputation of being expensive. But I got a business head, and I come from a business background. And I discovered the picture framing show in Las Vegas once a year, every January, and I go every year, and I buy all their closeout moldings. So I have the most eclectic collection of over 100 different moldings, and I got a big warehouse where the other gallery is, and lots of storage. So I buy this great moldings for dimes on the dollar, and I bring it in by the box full. We hang it on the wall, and you have a huge selection to choose from. It's there in stock, so I have high-speed equipment, so we can cut the frame sometimes even while you wait, or within a day or two, your frame job's done. It's less expensive, and you had a better better selection of things to choose from. So that's my business plan with the picture framing, and it's worked out.
And I've seen that firsthand. I've been at the Kaneohe gallery where an client had walked in, had previously bought some artwork, wanted a new frame. So quickly, Jim found the frame he wanted, reframed the whole painting picture in under an hour. So yeah,
it was out the door the same day.
Yeah, so I mean, that to me is the best service you can receive, and not always typical for the kind of customer service you can receive from business in Oahu. Well, thank you, Jim, for sharing about your business. I always like to ask some personal questions so the viewers can also get a better understanding of who the owners are or the management.
Okay, but I'm only that part of the operation. The rest of the operation, I have the best people who work, and I won't say for me, they work with me. And we just opened this gallery in Waikiki, and I've known Kristin here
let's bring in Kristin.
For
Kristin,
20 years.
Join really quick.
And
come join us.
She was just like, she's the aloha spirit I wanted to bring in with all this.
So this is Kristin. Kristin, so how long you been on Oahu? And briefly tell the viewers your background then. They come in here to see you.
Okay, I'm born and raised here. And as Jim was saying, we met up about 20-some years ago at my family's restaurant in Manoa Valley. And he invited me to the art world, and I've been a part of it ever since. I've worked for several galleries throughout Hawaii and Portland and Arizona. And honestly, Sunshine Arts has always been my favorite collection of art anywhere in the world, and this is just a total dream come true. So thanks, Jim, for
welcome.
Yeah, a question for both of you then.
Come true.
Tell the viewers, for like people who maybe are thinking about moving here, what's some words of wisdom, like help them make a decision, like things that you love about Hawaii, maybe some challenges. If you can both answer that really quickly, it'd be great.
Well, the challenge in Hawaii is always your cost of living, and so I lived in my van for a couple of weeks. And then I moved out to Kaneohe, and it was a 2-story building, and I slept in a sleeping bag up there for a couple of months. And you find if you love, and you got to love being here, and the beauty here is beyond compare. Anywhere in the world, and I've traveled all over, and I wanted to stay here. So if you want to stay here, you find a way. And eventually I found a way. I only came here for 30 days 25 years ago.
Wow. And you, Kristin, what's your favorite thing for living here?
Well, life in Hawaii is the people, and of course the beautiful environment that we live in. So you learn, yeah, the cost of living is really high, but you just live simple, and you live with family and friends, and share the expenses, and grow your own vegetables, and living the dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so another question you should ask people: the most unique thing you find about Hawaii compared to other places in the world? Would you say the people, the culture, or what would you say is most unique about Hawaii compared to other places?
Yeah, I would say the people and the art, how it's expressing the culture and the lifestyle, and the cuisine. It's just a really special place.
Gotcha.
There's people that come here from all over the world, and we're very happy for them to come and visit Hawaii and move here. Why not?
Yeah, so I'll wrap this up, but Jim didn't talk about, he briefly touched on he's a musician, and he's very humble about this, but he has amazing music, and actually the music you've been hearing in this video, that was all off a CD that Jim gave me, I think the first time I met you. So I don't know if you have any more to sell people, but again,
I did that last
vocals.
CD knowing that I can't make any money off of selling it, so I'm just going to give it to people that I meet and I like, and it's just a gift.
Yeah.
So my music is a gift to me that I just pass on to the next
thank you for
person.
sharing with me, because it's a wonderful, wonderful music. I've listened many times, but thank you both for allowing me to interview you and sharing all this with the viewers.
Thank you so much,
Again,
Brian.
we're here at Sunshine Arts, Hawaii, in kind of the Waikiki Hotel District area. If you have any questions, I'll put all contact information for the gallery and for Jim and Kristin in the heading below the video description. But thank you very much for watching, and again, thank you both for watching.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Bye-bye.
It's no coincidence that I find you here. You're like a distant voice whispering in my ear. If I were to close my eyes, would you still be there? It's really no surprise, all this love we share. How did we find ourselves in this magic time, when all the colors blend so well and all the music rhymes?
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I had a really nice time sitting down with Jim and Kristin. And if you like videos like this and you have a business on Oahu you'd like to get to know better, please let me know, and I'll do my best to interview either the owner or the manager. And again, I appreciate you checking in and watching this content. You're welcome to subscribe, and I'd always like to see a like if you do like these videos. And lastly, if you'd like to know a little more about myself or the service I offer, you can check out my website, enjoylivingonaoahu.com. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.